I want you to keep the energy going for our very next performer coming to the stage right now, Jenny Saldaña.
Woo, woo,
Hey,
woo! Woo,
Jenny.
woo, woo.
Hi. I have a story. I was vacillating between two stories. If I have time, I'll tell both, but I think I only have time for one. But and I think these are all both better late than never stories. Because it's about dating and meeting people. So, it's better late than never to try to. You'll find love better late than never, right? So I've been on all the websites, on all the sites, on all the dating apps, and I was meeting so many different people, and I was always giving them a nickname because I call myself a master first dater, second to none, because I never go on second date. Um, so never happens. I'm sitting on my bed, so yeah. So um, so master first dater. So I've been during the pandemic, I met some crazies and whatever. But last summer, I connected with a guy on Bumble, right? So Bumble's supposed to be the one for women. That you're supposed to make the first move. It's supposed to be a little bit more safer. So I meet this guy, age appropriate, really handsome, great smile, bald head, look like a thick guy, but I don't mind a fluffy guy. I don't mind that. I just need to know, right? So like I don't know. So I'm like, okay. And we started talking, and he was really funny, and he was really into musicals, which I was like, oh my God, a straight guy who likes gay stuff. And I love you for that. And so um, we would sing musicals over the phone. And um, he said that he was really a sickly kid and he was home a lot. And that's why he knew all these old movies and musicals because he was home a lot and they didn't have cable. They used to watch PBS. So he asked me out. And this is right when we started doing outside seating. And he picked this beautiful little um, Egyptian restaurant in the deep in the heart of the village, in one of those little streets that you didn't even know existed, right? So this is the first mistake because you're going to ask why many times during the story. I, I thought the date was at 6:30. So that's the first mistake I made. So I rushed. I remember I was wearing this beautiful wrap dress. I'm a fashionista. This beautiful wrap dress with pockets because I love pockets. And these slingbacks, YSLs. I was like, yes, my vintage YSLs, my beautiful wrap dress. I was feeling it. So I took a cab. The cab, that's also, there was still a lot of protests and stuff going on. So it was a big barrier. So the cab left me like 5 blocks from the restaurant. So now I have to walk in these fabulous YSLs on village streets, which, are all uneven and crazy because it's some of the oldest parts of the city. So I had to walk 5 blocks. It was we were having a heat wave. I'm there, I'm schwitzing. For those of you who are not from New York, that means sweating. We speak a lot of Yiddish here. So I'm schwitzing and I'm like, okay, I get to the restaurant and I text him from my walk and I'm like, listen, I'm a little early. It's 6:15. I'm a little early, but take your time. And there's a roadblock, so just beware. And he's like, well, you're really early because the date's at 7. And I was like, oh shit, then you know what? I'll just have a glass of wine. Take your time. So we get there and it's beautiful. They had it all decorated with like silk scarves and oversized pillows. The outside was like a Moroccan dream, right? And I'm sitting there and this beautiful Egyptian server comes up to me and she goes, you are on date? I'm like, yes. He is late. I was like, no, not yet. I'm early. She goes, okay. I said, but if he's late, you yell at him. She goes, I will. So I order a glass of rosé and I'm sipping my rosé, whatever. And I'm looking at I have to wait till like 6:30, but okay, whatever. I'm sipping my wine. I'm drinking some water. I'm checking the news. Around 7:15, he says, I'm on my way to you. And I'm like, from the roadblock? Because that made sense. Because the day he thought it was 7. He goes, no, from Queens. I'm like,
ooh,
girl. So I'm like, what? I'm like, another Indira, whatever your name. I'm naming her Indira. I'm sorry. Indira, give me another glass of wine. I'm having my wine or whatever. And then he tells me, I have a t-shirt that says, uppity Negro. Is that going to offend you? And I'm like, no, I don't care. But this is a beautiful restaurant. You should be dressed better, but or whatever. Do you, boo? So he gets it. I see him saunter like around 7:30. And I told you, I thought he was a little thick. This guy was pregnant with breech twins. I mean, he was big. Like, it was a lot, you know? And so, and he's in cargo shorts. So I'm like, okay, I could forgive the t-shirt, but really cargo shorts, bitch? And so he sits down and he's like, yeah, I told you I was at work. I said, yeah, but you're a half hour late. I've been here for almost over an hour. I mean, part of it is my fault, whatever. He sits down and he orders a gin and tonic. I went to water because it was super hot. So he orders gin and tonic and he right away starts fanboying me. Jenny, I can't believe I'm sitting here, that you're an actress and that you've done so much. You're so beautiful. I'm like, okay, stop. He goes, I really want to maximize our time together. So can I go to your house or you come to my house after we finish dinner? I'm like, no, bitch, that's not happening. Drink your drink. Why are you asking me to your house? So the Indira comes and she goes, you are late. La, 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 la. She actually did that, and then we had a good laugh. Whatever. Fast forward, we finish. We start walking, and it's hot. We have our mask down. He turns me around and does the like. I'm like, whoa! I never gave you, babe. I didn't even give you my real smile. That gives people hope. Like, stop. You know. So we're walking, and then we you know how this village is. Sometimes some streets are so narrow, and if there's a tree, garbage day, and a stoop, you have to walk single file. So we're walking single file, uneven streets. I'm in my fabulous shoes, and there's a big pile of garbage right here. So he's in front of me. I mean, I'm in front of him because we're walking single file, and I hear crunch. Okay, he stepped on a bag. Crunch, he stepped on another bag. I turn around. It was in slow motion. It was like a deleted scene from Fantasia. I see him. He's caught up in one of the bags. So now he's trying to climb the pile of garbage. So he belly flops onto Christopher Street. Like, his phone goes flying. I run for the phone, and then right there, I'm not lying, 2 queens in drag come by, and they're like, click, click, click. Girl, get up. Girl, you can't just lie there. Girl, get up. What is wrong with you? Girl, you can't just lie there. I'm like, girl, please get up. So we're walking. He's wobbly. And I'm like, are you okay? He goes, yeah. He had, I forgot to mention, he had like 7 gin and tonics. I have 1 minute. I have like a minute left. So I decided to be tour guide because I love New York history. And I'm like, this is Chumley's. This is where blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden I hear water. I look down. Pee is running down his leg onto his shoe. I jump back and don't pee on my feet. And he gonna pee on. She goes, I won't pee on your shoes. And that was the only mention he made about peeing. And he still followed me to another bar, and I'll end on that. Thank you.
Oh my God! All of us are like, bro, don't leave me on that note.
You tell me one line, I can tell you more, but you tell me together. That's why I couldn't really finish the story. So
oh my God! You can have my time. We all want to hear that story.
All right.
What the hell? A first date peed on himself?
Girl, he's running down his leg. The piece, and I jump back. I'm like, yo, don't step on my shoes. And he goes, I'm not gonna pee on your shoes. And then I look at me, he goes, so I wait till he finishes, and I go, because I was gonna take him to a bar, and I keep walking. Now, I know you're saying, why didn't you leave? Why didn't he leave after he belly flopped on Christopher Street in the screen?
Right. Be close.
That was a confident man.
Then we're walking and it's hot, and I'm walking. Everybody's like, "Why didn't you leave?" It's so deep in the village that no matter where I walked, I had to walk to get to a main artery or stand there awkwardly when he got Uber. So I had to walk. So anyway, he follows me. We go to a bar. I buy the drinks. So I'm like, I just want to get out. And then I go to the bathroom. He's on FaceTime with his niece, who's in Taiwan or something on student exchange. He goes, I'm out with an actress. You've seen her. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that. not doing that.
I just peed on her.
We're not doing that. And then I'm like, I gotta go. And then he goes, well, let me give you a ride. I'm like, do I ride in the pee car? Because he's walking around these pee pants. And I'm like, all right. And I'm like, in for a pound. Now I'm like, as the comic, I was like, I gotta stay in it for the story. So I get in the car, and this guy says, "So can I crash on your couch? You saw the apartment, ain't no couch." I go, "I don't have a couch." He goes, "What do you mean you don't have a couch?" I was like, "I don't have a couch." He goes, "Can I crash on your floor?" I'm like, "No, this car has the final destination as your home. What is wrong with you?" So then he drops me off. I leave. 2 days later, he texts me, "Great day. I broke my hand." I never responded and blocked him.
Who is this man?
And I nicknamed him Pee Pee Herman.
God bless him.
You stressed me out so much. I need to rub CBD oil on my edges, honey. I am like,
and I gave you
I'm stressed.
Stuff just to pack it in.
Oh,
I forgot to tell you that he had a huge dent in his head, and I couldn't stop staring like a baby boy. And I wanted to ask about the dent, and I was like, "Okay, where did you serve in the service?" He's like, "I was in the Marines." Okay, that's where it was huge. It was like Linus's dent on Peanuts, and I couldn't get past this dent on his head. And I'm like, I go, "Where were you stationed?" He goes, "The Vatican." I was like, "Okay, he didn't get it there. The only people get hurt to the Vatican is the little kids. So where the hell did he get this cute little gravy bowl dent in his noggin?" Okay, bye.
No. Okay. This segment was brought to you by Bumble. Get into it.
Oh my God.
Put your hands together right now for Jenny Saldaña. You can follow her on all the things on Twitter, on Instagram.
I have to go now because now I have to.
Love you, Jenny. Thank you for that.
Yes.
We love you, girl. Thank you.
Thank you. That was fantastic. Oh, I knew these glasses were not going to make it. I knew they was going to make it through the show. I knew it.
I'll tell you, that was the abridged version. One day I'll give you the long version. Bye-bye.
Okay.